My brothers and my 5% sisters, placement season is here. Are you ready for the placement season? Now, if the answer to that question is yes, then congratulations, go and start applying. But if the answer to that question is no, then don't worry, I am here and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need in order to be placement ready so that you can crack the company that you want to. Now, it's very simple, nothing crazy is needed, nothing complex is needed. You just need five things. And if you learn these five things properly, then you'll have the best shot at clearing your placements. Actually, you just need four things, but one thing is kind of additional. So let's get into them one by one. What they are problem solving, then you have a good project, then you need to have knowledge of system design, then you need to have knowledge of computer science theory, then you need to have a good knowledge of aptitude, which is a little bit optional, a little bit additional. So let's get into them one by one and let's see what it takes in order to be placement ready by learning each of these. These are in a priority based order, so let's get into them. Now, the most important thing is DSA in problem solving. We all know this, right? If you don't know DSA, if you don't know problem solving, you're gonna have a very hard time like cracking the top companies. So DSA in problem solving is the highest priority order in these five things. Now, what do you need to do? Again, it's very simple. You don't need a complex roadmap. It's pretty much very simple. This is what you need to do. First, learn a programming language. Now, I know there's a lot of resources out there. I know people talk about learning Go, Rust, and there's 1,000 different programming language. Actually, there's 100 different programming language. But the only programming language you need is either C++ or Java, maybe Python. But either learn C++ or learn Java. And between you and me, go with C++. Forget what others are saying. Go with C++. It has a really good syntax to learn. It has a very powerful library and it is optimized for problem solving. So learn C++ or you can learn Java. After that, learn the library, which is STL. And after that, start learning DSA. So again, DSA is pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy is needed. What you will do in DSA is every data structure, every algorithm, pick it one by one. Okay. For each data structure, for each algorithm, do these three things. First, learn the theory and concepts. Second, implement it in code. Third, solve problems. Just do these three things and your DSA is over, right? First, learn the concepts. For example, if you have a binary search tree, then understand how the nodes are getting connected. If you have a linked list, understand how the connection is working, how the deletion is working. Understand everything theory wise. Draw it on a piece of paper and understand conceptually how it's happening. After that, implement it in code. Implement how to make a linked list using C++. Implement how to run Dijkstra's algorithm in C++. So implement the data structure or implement the algorithm in code. Second and third, solve problems, which is the most important. Now, for solving problems, you only need two websites, LeetCode and Geeks or Geeks. Go on LeetCode or go on Geeks or Geeks. Start solving problems for every data structure that you've learned, for every algorithm that you've learned. Start with easy, solve medium problems, solve hard problems, and at the end, solve company-wise problems. That's pretty much it. Now, I've also made a whole dedicated video on how to learn DSA for placements. In case you want more in depth, then you can go and watch that. The link will come over here. Now, after doing DSA and problem solving, the second most important thing is having a good project. Now, let's be honest. If you have a blank resume, if you go in an interview with a blank resume, you're going to have a hard time convincing the interviewer to hire you. You need to have a good project or a few good projects in your resume. Now, people ask which development they should learn, what field they should go into. So you have AI, you have generative AI, which is the hype these days. But apart from AI, apart from generative AI, the three field, according to me, which are the most in demand and which will help you the most are this: full stack development using React.js, Java backend development, and then Android app development. You can go according to your preference, and if you're an AI guy, if you love AI, you can go for an AI project as well. But apart from AI, these three things are the most in demand according to me. You can go according to your preference, but if you know nothing, you have no preference, go with full stack web development. Now, how will you make the project? That is another thing. So there is two ways of doing it. One is the easy way, the other is the hard way. So the easy way is very simple. Go on Udemy, buy a course, and forget about it. Just buy a course, learn the concepts along with the instructor, make a project along with the instructor, and that's it. And I've also made a lot of videos about good projects on web development, etc. So watch that video, pick a course on Udemy, see whenever there's a discount, go and purchase that course. That's the easy way. If you want to do it the hard way, if you have a lot of time on your hands, then you can follow the free resources and learn everything on your own. This will make you have more knowledge, but it's a more time taking process as well. For that, you can follow the free resources. You have to start making the project yourself and follow along with the free resources. You have Code with Harry. You have some great channels. You have Code with Harry. You have Edureka. You have Free Code Camp. You have Programming with Mosh. There's a lot more. I'll link the resources in the description. You can check from there. So whatever you do, either of these two, make a pretty good project, which is your ace project. Put it at the top of your resume with pride, and this will impress your resume a lot. Now, one bonus tip for you guys is try to pick a project that is unique and try to pick a project that solves a real life problem. Like if you make a WhatsApp clone, if you make an Instagram clone, if you make a Reddit clone, then even if you're learning things, it's already been done before, right? Try to make something which is a little bit unique. This impresses the interviewer way more. Now, after doing project, the next thing which I mentioned is system design. Now, the thing with system design is that it's not that important because a lot of companies don't ask system design at all to freshers, but some companies do. For example, Cred is a good company that offers 50 LPA plus to freshers and they ask system design. You have Fractal Analytics, which again asks system design to freshers. So some good companies, some high paying companies do ask system design, but most companies don't. So you can skip system design if you don't have time. If you have time, learn system design. And as a fresher, you need nothing crazy, nothing complex. You just need like the basic understanding of system design about how to build a system which is scalable, which is good working, etc. Now, the only thing you need for system design is GKCS. If you don't know who that is, you're probably too young because I'm a graduate now. And when I was in my first year of college, GKCS was the entire hype. So Gaurav Sain, also known as GKCS, is a YouTuber who was also an SDE. And earlier he used to make computer programming videos when I started watching him. And now he has shifted to system design. He makes a lot of good content on system design. He also has a course on system design, but his free videos are enough. Start watching his free videos. And in case you don't understand something, you can Google that. But his videos will be completely enough for you as a fresher. GKCS will be enough. Your system design part will be done for just by doing this as a fresher. Now, after you do all of this, the next thing that you need is computer science theory. Now, if I'm being honest with you, there hasn't been a single interview where I wasn't asked even one CS theory question. Almost in every interview, they'll ask you a question like, "What are the four OOP principles? How does operating system work? What happens when you type URL in a browser?" They'll ask you questions like this, right? So you need to have a good hold over CS theory concepts. So the four topics for CS theory concepts or the four subjects are operating system, you have computer networks, then you have DBMS, and then you have object-oriented programming. Especially companies like Google, VMware, Cisco, they'll 100% ask you a few computer networking questions. So how do you learn all of this? Again, I've made a whole dedicated video about this. You can follow it. I'll link it somewhere on the corner card. You can follow along with it. But in case you don't want to watch that video, let me tell you right here. The way to learn all of this is just go on Geeks or Geeks and take the last minute notes. For example, if you're learning operating system, just go on Google and type operating system last minute note Geeks or Geeks. From there, you'll get the most important topics. Start learning each topic one by one. So you can follow along on YouTube. There's a lot of great channels. The OG of computer science theory is Gate Smashers. Gate Smashers is the best resource on computer science theory. He has a whole playlist on computer networks, on DBMS, and I think even on operating system. Apart from that, you have Lovebubber's course. So I think Lovebubber has a new course on DBMS and operating system, which is also on YouTube and free. You can watch that as well. I've heard it's really good. So just do these three things. Learn the notes from Geeks for Geeks. Make notes yourself, and CS theory will be easy for you. It's nothing crazy. It's just like theory part that you have to understand and that you have to learn. And after you do that, the CS theory part will be. Now, you've done all of this. You've done DSN problem solving. You've done projects. You've learned system design. And you have done. Now, you've done all of this. You've mastered DSN problem solving. You have a good project in your resume. You've somewhat learned system design. and you have a good hold on CS theory. What is the fifth thing? Like I mentioned, it is aptitude. Again, I've made an entire video about how to clear aptitude rounds, and that video is my most watched video till date. So it's a great video. You can give it a watch in case you don't want to. Let me tell you very briefly. Aptitude is pretty easy. Okay, like bro, you've done dynamic programming. Aptitude is nothing in front of that. But the problem is what happens, let me tell you. People skip aptitude till the end and then they start feeling aptitude round. Then they realize कि यार aptitude भी करना था. So don't be in a situation like that. There's a lot of companies that ask aptitude. You have Goldman Sachs, you have D Shaw, a lot of good companies ask aptitude questions. So be prepared in aptitude. Give it like half an hour or 1 hour daily. You don't need a lot of time. Even if you give half an hour daily, it's fine. There's three topics in aptitude: quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal aptitude. Solve problems on all of these, and then you'll be done for. The only website you need for aptitude is indiabix.com. Go on indiabix.com, learn the formulas, learn the tricks, solve a lot of problems, and give a few mock aptitude rounds, and aptitude is over. Nothing else is needed in aptitude. It's the least priority order because a lot of companies don't even ask aptitude, but some companies do. So, better safe than sorry, like people say. So that's pretty much it. These five things, if you do clearly, then 100% you'll have a very good shot at clearing your placements. Just make sure that you follow the priority order, give the most amount of time to DSN problem solving, have a good project. That is like the bare minimum. That is like the absolute, not the bare minimum. That is the absolute. You have to be good in DSN problem solving. You need to have a good project. That is the absolute must. Apart from that, you need to do the other these three things that I've mentioned. Do all five of these, and 100% you'll have a very good shot at clearing your placement. You don't need anything else. Now, if you still have a doubt, or if you want to ask me something specific, then feel free to leave a comment. I'll 100% reply back to you. And that's pretty much it. Let's see each other again in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.